The vehicle for setting public policy in Maine is the legislature. It starts there with our elected representatives. One of the problems, however, is that the structure of the legislature makes it very difficult to establish long-term visionary strategic plans for the state. The legislature has 186 people for a state of just over 1 million. It has no limit on the number of bills that can be introduced. Last session, there were almost 2,000. Each one of the bills is viewed in isolation, and so there's no coordination. And in fact, there's no mechanism for coordinating, even if we did have a strategic plan, which we don't have. And there's no expertise necessarily. I mean, democracy works because, it's the House of the people, and it's absolutely appropriate that we elect people that represent us. But it's also important to understand that when we're competing in a global economy, in a regional economy, in a national economy, we need expertise and intelligence to match up with our competitors. We're competing with the Chinese, with the Canadians, with the Russians, with the Europeans, with people from New York and Massachusetts and New Hampshire. We need quality expertise and knowledge. We also need legislators who, in common sense, certainly, and being in touch with the people, absolutely essential qualities, but we also need expertise. And there's very little of that. There's virtually no training for legislators. I mean, people come into the legislature with no background on the issues that they're going to be dealing with. And there isn't even sort of a remedial class for incoming legislators that would be apolitical, nonpartisan, put together by the schools. I recommended this once to a legislative leader, and he looked at me like I had two heads and started laughing, because that really wouldn't serve, having quality knowledge and expertise wouldn't serve the self-interested parties that actually sit in the legislature and look to sort of feather their own nests and accomplish their own short-term self-interested goals. Broader vision doesn't serve them, so we don't have it. But the people of the state should demand better. We should get expertise. We should get outside people and experts who really can help us understand civil rights, race relations, the economy, taxation, energy policy, all of the things that the legislature deals with. There are people who are very, very knowledgeable about these things, and we can have ready access to them. An hour from our southern border is Harvard and MIT, probably the greatest intellectual center in the world, certainly in the country, and an innovation center, an economic powerhouse. We can tap that for advice. We can connect to it. We can build off it. We can relate to it. We can get educated and expertise from it to help improve our public policies. All we have to do is make the decision to take those steps.